The IRS is a federal agency that the average American probably interacts with more frequently than most other agencies in the federal government. And as we look at customer service at the IRS and how most Americans experience the federal government, we owe it to them to make sure that their experience is clear and helpful, and if the taxpayers can get help from the IRS to understand some of the often more complicated tax obligations, the IRS then does not have to spend as much time looking or providing resources for audits or enforcement. Unfortunately, the 2015 tax season had one of the worst customer service records in IRS history, with only 38% of the taxpayers who call the IRS assistance line actually getting a representative. And thereafter, the average wait time was well over 30 minutes. And so as we look at this, as the IRS calls for more resources, Congress indeed did grant them $298 million for the 2016 tax season, with $176 million specifically marked for taxpayer services. As a result, the 2016 filing season was better, but still not as good as it was a decade earlier. So as we look at today's hearing, I'm going to keep my opening remarks very brief, because we are expecting votes here in just a few minutes, and we'll certainly yield to a number of the other members as they have questions, and I'll include some of that in my questioning, and the entire written statement will be made part, opening statement will be made part of the record. So with that, I will now recognize the ranking member for his opening statement.